Some company needs
Picked up by a team with this fresh-faced young gentleman.
Some company needs to slap anything on this kid, and I will buy it in the dozens. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, incredibly talented, and yeah, you can put anything on him and it'll work just fine.
He's the face of the future.
Yeah, the future of Street Fighter here.
But now facing perhaps his greatest test as he enters the grand finals. The crowd is feeling it. Evolution 2018 here in Tokyo, Akihabara.
Can't believe it's here. It's such a strange place to be. Japan, the final. Infiltration versus John Takeuchi. One that I don't think many people would have predicted.
No, absolutely not. And in the best possible way. And Jury versus Rashid. Rashid, sure.
Yeah, Jury's such a funky character in this version of the game. She got a little better for sure, but not probably to the levels of a character like Rashid.
Infiltration snuffing out the approach there.
Backing up. You see the runaway game from Infiltration, but for what, right? Like, at what cost? And well, what is it gaining you sometimes?
Well, and I mean, part of what it... Okay. Oh, no. Yes. Wow, what an answer to the spike. And the chain combo out of the V-trigger. Blaming round one. I thought usually what he would get with that backup would be sort of a little psychic pace switch to try and throw you off your game, but John just read it as an opportunity to roll right in.
Yeah, and this is the character that Infiltration sort of goes to often when he has to fight Rashid. He did the same thing in Season 2, so not surprised to see him a little comfortable in this matchup. And John, yeah, look at the control in the corner. He's just waiting at this range. Now it's his turn.
And as a character, as a counter character, it's certainly way less bad, but it's not a strong matchup.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's not like it's great. It's just not as bad.
Yeah.
Not worse.
Not worse. That's a great way to be.
Oh, block.
I love the idea, but blocked.
And wake up buttons again. Infiltration's willing to do it.
Wants to hold that pressure. It's the biggest lead he's been off to in quite a while. Wow.
Yeah, spending a lot of this trigger. He's out now, blocked on the overhead again.
Yeah, that has not worked out for him.
Infiltration, wake up button. He's willing to do it. The juggle!
Oh, and that's going to connect.
Takeuchi was ready for it. Those young man reactions.
That's
he can hit two buttons.
Exactly so. And we've seen those young man reactions and perhaps all those overhead blocks as well.
Yeah, it feels very rare that he gets kind of tricked into bad defense and reactable scenarios, right? Kind of offense that he can't see. You know, everybody.
Yeah, you make him guess, right? And then everyone looks the same.
Everybody's mortal at that point, but when it comes to the reactions, he's still just a boy. Corner carry on the medium mixer. Takeuchi's in such a great position here, just waiting outside of Jury's effective range, not letting her store fireballs easily.
Yeah, he's been pretty consistent about finding a way to snipe out the fireball charge.
Runs up, sweep, activate. Yeah, very safe. Rolling forward, looking for offense here.
New Infiltration one to space.
Ooh, didn't cancel in a CA. That's a big opportunity for Infiltration. He was getting close in meter. Snipe down.
Still his opportunity. Can he take this game one, or is Takeuchi going to come back?
You got to be careful about those whirlwind block strings now that Infiltration has CA on deck. He just ate the jump in.
He ate it raw. Why? Oh, you see him reeling. Slipped away, Takeuchi. Again, just holding it solid.
What a time to jump. How long did he wait in that exact range? Just letting Infiltration move, and then finally my turn to jump.
What was the decision? Why did he eat it there?
It's so, yeah, maybe he thought a walk under would happen. He missed an uppercut. He was just, yeah, it seemed like he was surprised. And Infiltration, you know he's got to be beating himself because he was in a great spot. He had
that was his round.
He had all kinds of meter to work with. He was looking fine. But man, early dash in from Infiltration, plus frames on that crouching medium punch, and John's in.
And it was something I feel he really needed to establish this character, especially if he's going to come back from the two-set deficit.
Yeah, that first game was crucial, right? It looked like he was going to close it out easily, and then Takeuchi had to come back. Wow, what a stun.
He needed to tell himself, well, he's off to a great start here in round one of game two. But it's not just putting together these rounds. It's the consistency that's been missing.
Ooh, rolling, he's in there already. Infiltration hasn't busted out an uppercut yet. He's been going to them pretty often.
Takes the courtesy throw. Oh, nice air to air.
Takeuchi doesn't block the empty low, and he's in trouble here. Out of trigger, he's got to make this happen without it.
Now Infiltration doesn't want to commit, just jumps right out of the corner. Takeuchi has to allow it, can't afford a trade.
He's just walking all the way in. He has to respect that fireball. Got him with the mixer.
And now has the space that he wants.
Really, he's fishing for a crush counter here. It doesn't anti-air again. He didn't want to try the heavy mixer. Didn't want to risk a trade the die, so Infiltration gets out.
And he knew it. I think Infiltration knew that as well and knew he could just jump right back out.
Well, the buffer spends it earlier. Allows him to get a store here, which he'll happily take a couple of them. Buffering that standing medium kick.
The screen distance as well. Great trade. But again, John not looking rattled. Holding his ground. Finds the mixer opening.
The crush counter. We'll see the setup again, the dive kick.
Good blocks.
There it is, a challenge on the roll. TAKEUCHI thought it was going to be something else. And the V reversal, the pace that Infiltration's playing is so much better for him.
Yeah, he's turning down in a lot of ways.
Yeah, which he recognized that TAKEUCHI is waiting, so maybe Infiltration should do some of the same.
And that's the best. It's really Street Fighter at its highest, sort of playing to each other's level, back and forth, matching each other's pace.
Early V reversal again, I like it a lot. Just creating distance for himself. TAKEUCHI's got to work his way in.
See if he can get him to bite. And he waited just that extra second. Went for the uppercut and answered again.
Yeah, that wake-up button from Infiltration has worked so many times because he established the uppercuts. And I feel like not even in this set, the last set.
Previously, yeah, that's right.
Carrying on from one set to the other, TAKEUCHI says, well, he's willing to take those risks, so I will kind of respect it a little bit. And because of that, Infiltration getting away with buttons and jumps on wake-up.
That's the kind of space these things open. You leave the mark in the mind of your opponent, but you must exercise those options. You got to prove it.
TAKEUCHI is kind of gotta, I feel like, pick up the pace a little bit, right? So if Infiltration is going to wait for him, then maybe he should force some of this offense a little more.
We'll see. It's a little bit tricky to do that against Jury in a lot of ways, especially when as frisky as Infiltration has proven in the earlier round.
Yeah, he's so tough to predict in all ways, his movement too.
I think this game will be illustrative in a lot of ways because we saw round one go to TAKEUCHI or game one, with the same sort of style. Infiltration matched in game two, but we'll see if, was that just sort of a fluke, or has he learned something?
Oh, Eagle Spike right out of there. What I like from TAKEUCHI too is more raw mixer in the neutral. Infiltration's a movie guy, and if you do that raw mixer from kind of far away, it can catch him off guard.
That's right, and by more, you mean barely more, and in very specific situations.
Exactly, yeah. Like maybe one or two more in a couple of games.
Yeah. Up from none. Well, mixer is a hard thing to go to when you have as many fast normals and low fireball.
The rolling in activation. And he rolls in, and Infiltration takes the cancel.
Steals it. Will it be enough?
Wow. He gets the kill, a mistake from TAKEUCHI, and you can see it on his face. Yeah, a little grimace of his own, but that's a bad grimace, right?
It is a bad grimace, but it's a great test of a young player, so that's what I'm excited to see if he can recover here.
Yeah, we know Infiltration has what it takes to win a bracket from the loser side like this and grind it out, right? It's just whether TAKEUCHI can weather the storm.
Look at this switch. Such clean counterplay.
The rolling in, he was ready on this time. And the uppercut again. You know TAKEUCHI.
Representing?
Yeah, he saw those wake-up buttons. He was sick of it, and now Infiltration with it again. Spends the CA. He's willing to take the resources.
It's a good decision at this point.
Yeah.
Especially,
It's going to close out the round, and, I think he needed that.
Oh, for sure. And again, that kind of started with another raw jump-in that Infiltration just ate. And so it's... I want to understand what he's thinking there, what he's hoping for.
Yeah, sometimes it feels like he's so focused on what he's doing that he didn't sense maybe what was happening.
That's the option of the jump. When you can get these intense ground game battles and get your opponent's mind really focused on those options, it opens up those jumps. Exactly as you talked about with the uppercuts.
Yeah, no human's going to be able to watch both those things that intently.
And not with the reaction speed that you're hoping to need.
Yeah, another jump in. TAKEUCHI walk. He's knocking on his door.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, baits the throw.
Got it.
But he didn't have the stun. Yeah, he didn't have the store. He needed the heavy kick store, but still, TAKEUCHI in big trouble. Whiffs an Eagle Spike.
Okay.
Juggle didn't get what he was looking for. Yeah, but he just lost positioning. It's not the end of the world, I think.
Wow, that tornado goes so far. He jumped back and still got clipped.
Oh, dashed into it.
Coming out.
This is big. TAKEUCHI still on the offense. There's wake-up buttons again.
Is the dizzy?
Close to stun. He went for another Eagle Spike. A whip from Infiltration.
But he's still in there and he's going to steal it back. Oh, another heartbreaker. TAKEUCHI,
who has a tough look on his face. He knows that it was going his way. He had a big comeback kind of queued up there.
as we talked about, Game 3, I think there was, it was a lot said. And I think this is, Takeuchi really needs to try and find a way to turn this around. He's been playing the kind of game he wants to play, but it's just been sort of slipping away from him with a couple of decisions.
Those clutch moments, right?
Yeah.
Those moments where Infiltration, his experience shines on more than the youth.
Absolutely, that's the strong part of these kind of experiences, and Infiltration has had more than almost anybody in the world. Putting John Takeuchi to the test.
Yeah, I mean,
the young guy needs to prove his place at the table. Wow! A little bit of disrespect there.
Oh, back throw into the corner. Infiltration's movement is so hard to catch, right? It's so hard to figure him out.
John Takeuchi looking...
Not the whip punish Infiltration wanted, but he thought he had it out the activation.
Finally finds an overhead.
V-trigger 2 for Rashid ready, but the interruption, Infiltration, EX at the end, not going to be the kill, but
there it is.
The meaty does it. Takeuchi with the wake-up button, and we're one round from another reset here.
Reset.
Grand Finals for Infiltration, and he's been here before, right? If he wins this, this is his third EVO in Street Fighter, right?
That's right.
And he's had EVO wins in Cross Tekken as well, so I mean, he's won so many EVO events, and this has got to be Takeuchi's first EVO top 8 in comparison, so the experience is so incredible for Infiltration.
And he's making it the kind of match where the experience matters as well.
Oh, beautiful sequence. Yeah. He set him up, and Takeuchi might not have even seen that before, right?
But he knows it. He felt it.
Oh,
wow,
no anti-air. And Infiltration with the staggered low. He resets the bracket against John Takeuchi, who he's removed the headset, and he's got to sit there and think, I think. Got to take some time to reflect.
I think that would be a good decision at this point. Wow. What an incredible turnaround. Manat, plan A, completely destroyed.
And that's the strength of having multiple characters, right? The real winner there for a guy like Infiltration, who's able to pick up characters, as you mentioned, so fast, is the learn many.
And I think there's been, from some quarters, a sort of resistance to that. People like to stick with their character. You want to find a way to make it work. There's a certain pride in that. Certainly in Japan, character loyalty has been tradition for a long time. But in a game like this, finding these extra characters
can be so beneficial, right? Especially on a scale like this, and we're seeing the strength of it here from Infiltration. Much like the Tekken event we saw, where the Korean players had a multitude of characters as well, and it's so important.
Good block from John Takeuchi.
He lost his positioning.
Infiltration, not worried about the corner, just wants to get some stores.
Yeah, really, a lot of this match is going to be Jury running to build up those stores and then fighting when she has the space to do so. Oh, missed anti-air.
Wakes up again.
He's willing to risk it. Infiltration, he knows the timing on when Takeuchi wants to approach. Oh, the V-reversal.
He's been right every time with those wake-ups in recent history.
I'm looking for those lows, Takeuchi, and finally tagged low. It just keeps going. The momentum, you can feel it's been stolen from Takeuchi.
It's exactly so. Infiltration. Get the eye of the tiger now. Just taking those chances, pressuring with the throws. Switch it up. Having his way with him, really.
An excellent block,
Doesn't look like he knows quite how to approach here. All right. Opportunity.
He's got to find something, but it's hard to even say what it'll be.
Yeah.
We just can't seem to control or contain Infiltration, which so many people have struggled with forever.
Yeah, just a lot of motion, a lot of surprising buttons.
Oh, no uppercut from Infiltration, but he had to jump back anyway. And look at this, Takeuchi wants pressure with his V-trigger, but Infiltration not allowing it. Oh, wow. Universal again, he wants space, he's willing to sacrifice the V-trigger, and look at this lead for Infiltration. He's running away with this set. Wow.
He gets him with the shimmy.
He didn't cancel into the CA he was looking for, but he can get it here. No V-reversal available for Takeuchi, and that's going to be game 1 of the reset.
Game 1, and the tide has distinctly turned. The young man being put to a test that he has not faced before.
Yeah, you can feel it. You can feel sort of it shifting in favor of Infiltration, the experience that he has, but also, like, as a young player, this is his biggest test.
And just being in this kind of spot with a bracket reset is not something you're going to have to deal with until you're able to make these kind of tournament finals. Much less coming from the winner side, having it taken away from you. Whoa. Okay, that was an actual drop from Infiltration, but the first uppercut that we've seen punished in quite some time.
Yeah, and it was an uppercut that, wow, an uppercut that could have been crush countered for bigger damage, and Takeuchi knows that he had kind of a head nod after he did that.
Excellent point.
A little bit of a, maybe just lack of awareness, or
yeah,
but the speed that Infiltration plays, it makes it so hard to keep up with.
When you're operating a few frames behind, that can be the difference between life and death, and that's the position that John Takeuchi appears to be in right now.
A jump out of the corner. Infiltration goes to it so constantly. Uppercut again, it keeps landing.
Connects.
And what are you going to do? Not press on your opponent's wake up? Yeah, you have to. So
as
that you
Rashid,
get
especially
like
when you're operating from behind. Okay, finds the shimmy, gets it done. Good stuff. Can he convert it into the game that he needs?
Yeah, you can't just
put one on the board.
Pressure Infiltration. No, right? Like, you have to, but you know, at what cost? Eventually it breaks your mental guard, right? You're just like, oh, I can't believe another uppercut. And by then, you know, something else is happening on the screen.
That's right. Walking back away. The mixer comes out.
Really just forcing towards the corner here. Takeuchi in good position. He's got a lot of bar to work with as well. Snapping out that heavy kick.
Bobbing and weaving. Dancing up and down.
Yeah, he's so consistently everywhere, right? Yeah. You can never expect where he's going to be.
Looks like he's moving even when he's not.
There's the heavy mixer. John's looking a lot better here. He really seems to kind of have controlled himself. All right,
that's fine. Yeah, that's the price.
The reversal away.
Oh, but it's punished.
Infiltration was ready for it, and that's tough for John. He built his trigger back, though, and I think he really needs that to make this comeback.
Out it comes. Oh, powering through.
Takes the throw. John, bad position. He's got a lot of bar, but
it's going to get stolen again.
And that overhead is now landing.
Yes.
That's something that wasn't working previously.
And we talked about playing a few frames behind. That's exactly the position he is. The young man's speed not working in his favor here.
Now he's anti-airing a little bit more consistently. Look at Infiltration to start dashing up a little bit more, right? He's going to change up his positioning.
Wow.
Challenge again. And the reaction
starting to set a record.
Takeuchi, yeah, he's like, look, all right, right back at you. If that's how we're going to play, if that's what kind of fight it's going to be, then all right. Yeah, you can't begin to count him, and I think it's making Takeuchi play a little bit more frantic, so it's working.
That's right. He's starting to play a little bit more wild, and that is not his game. He's now playing Infiltration's game, and that is a dangerous look, especially when you're one game down after a reset.
Yeah, you can see the shift, right? You can see now suddenly Infiltration is playing. He's making Takeuchi play the way he wants to, and that's going to be close.
Goes low.
The block.
Baits it out.
That uppercut might be the one that haunts him. Infiltration. He's changed the momentum of his opponent's game plan, right? He's forced Takeuchi to play at his speed, and that's not where he wants to be. We saw the win with the kind of solid, slow play, and that's really not what he's doing now. He's forced into a hand that he doesn't want to be playing in.
The adaptability of Infiltration has been one of the hallmarks throughout his entire career. Seeing it on display in an incredible performance here, not only after taking a licking from John Takeuchi, going down to the loser's bracket, facing Daigo with Minot, going with the jury option, not finding immediate success with it in that first set, but getting it done now and rolling into a heavier and heavier advantage, forcing John Takeuchi out of his comfort zone and to play his kind of game.
Yeah, and I mean, right there, successful wake-up button with no bar on defense from Infiltration. Like, he's so comfortable now that Takeuchi is respecting wake-up after wake-up after wake-up. He's afraid. Oh, and another one, he calls him out.
Fear reversal into the EX.
Infiltration willing to take all these risks, and Takeuchi, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know when to respect it. He doesn't know when not to.
The clean mixer finds the pressure in the corner. Overhead, good. Back on terra firma there. That looked like a classic Rashid round and a finish.
Yeah, Source is like right back at you, right? Yes. I'm going to kind of play my game here, get the anti-air. Looking a little, yeah, he's slowed down a little bit more from Takeuchi. I'd like to see him kind of go back to that pace he was playing.
But we've seen these rounds from him before, and they have not turned into games, crucially. That is what he must do.
Takes the back throw. Positioning is so important for Rashid here towards the corner. And Infiltration, he tried to bite off more than he could chew there by walking all the way up stun.
There it is. It's a very clean round.
Gets the jump in. He's got CA available. Does not spend it just yet. He's getting close to being able to chip with it as well. Now that activation happened, yeah, he's going to set up a chip here. He can shoot the whirlwind, come in behind the second one and find the chip. All right, there's
nice call out. I think Infiltration realizing the game plan from Takeuchi. Let's see if he can take advantage. Good break. Wow.
Caught with just an Aaron Eagle spike.
That's right, and if that had not gone his way, well, you get the game he needed.
Yes, you did.
But in slightly less convincing fashion. I'm not yet convinced.
Yeah, exactly. it still wasn't the way he played in the first set, right?
Correct, and it's not quite the game he wanted to play. He was finding a way to get it done, played well.
Still more offense here. This is where he's really got to win, right? This positioning, corner positioning, infiltration with no bar, wrong anti-air decision. Could have been the heavy mixer.
It was both out of position and a little late.
Yeah, well, that's a bad combo for sure as an anti-air goes. You got to have an incredible anti-air for that to work.
Gets caught with the side switch.
Almost
And that's
overhead.
the kind of reactable thing that we talked about that he was so good at handling before. And now, the round is going to slip away. And we are at tournament point.
Yeah, this could be crazy sentence, but another EVO for infiltration.
Unbelievable. And I think, while everybody respects his play, I don't think he was at the top of anybody's mind for this tournament quite yet.
Yeah, after his incredible performance at the LCQ at Capcom Cup, it's hard to doubt just how strong this guy is in this tournament. Here in grand finals, big lead, he's building it even more. He needs to get some stores. There it is. Throws that light kick fireball. Does not tag him, yeah.
Just barely. John Takeuchi's again.
The uppercuts, man, those are the biggest story of the set for sure. Those uppercuts landing so consistently for infiltration.
And they leave a mark, not just on your life bar, but on your mind.
Oh, yeah. I mean, every time it lands, he's got to second guess himself, and infiltration taking full advantage here. Moving behind those light kick fireballs again. And
okay, I like the movement here from Takeuchi.
He's lost his trigger trade.
All the stores come out, gets the counter.
Yeah, one more solid hit for him. Could take the round here. Throw.
Now the throw threat. Yes. John Takeuchi staying alive.
Yeah, mental fortitude very strong there. Infiltration had a big lead in that round, about 50%. And just a big comeback from Takeuchi.
Playing the kind of game he wanted to play. Didn't have to take a lot of wild chances.
Ooh, look at him wait right there. I love the patience. No anti-air, but still a little bit more solid. The raw mixer again, yeah. Catches a guy like infiltration off guard.
Poke, looking to see if he can catch the wake-up button. Doesn't come. Infiltration builds up one store.
Probably not, man, infiltration getting locked down here. Look for an air-to-air. You got to watch the jump out from infiltration.
Oh, he's been so successful with that raw jump out. A little bit out of position, both dropping opportunities.
And the anti-air, finally infiltration is ready.
Clean, looking for that counter hit.
Yeah, trying to find back heavy kick. Neutral jump.
And the fireball evaporated right last second.
Yeah, worked out so perfectly for John. Spends the bar.
Victory still in sight here for infiltration. Can he close it out? EVO 2018, the inaugural Japan.
Oh, he didn't get the activation he wanted. Takeuchi, though, still has trigger. The jump.
He got him.
It's enough. And infiltration, your EVO Japan 2018 champion over John Takeuchi. You can see how much it means to him. That is a multi-time Street Fighter V EVO champion.
Snatching it away from a heavy Japanese field, both obviously in the main bracket, in this top 8. Wow, what a smile. Respectful bow from John Takeuchi. And I think, while obviously he would have loved to get the win here, I think he got something, this is going to be corny, I'm going to go straight there, something a little bit more valuable, that there's a lot more game yet to be learned. There's new vistas, and that to me is one of the ultimate joys of fighting games. No matter where you are on that, just knowing that there's always some way you can improve, you can always be getting better.
Right. Yeah, as long as you know there's ways to improve, you will always improve, right? The minute you begin to feel like you've learned everything is when you kind of close the door on understanding these kind of things.
That's why it stops being fun. Like
exactly,
when you're out of the learning zone,
yeah, when you feel there's nothing left to learn, then there truly is, right? And that's a big problem for sure. But, you know, you hit us with the end of the Disney movie.